Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for starting your day with us. I'm Tim Saunders. Trees are down, and so are power lines. A neighbor called 911 after finding two people lying in the yard next to this house on Roland Drive. The doors to this building, they are locked, and no one is being allowed inside. Up there on the second floor of that house where a lot of people were sleeping, there was not a single smoke detector. In fact, there was only one smoke detector in the entire house. Think of that package like this game of Jenga, with each piece representing a different incentive. Take away just one piece, and the project falls apart. They're now renting it from the county for what most people would consider a very low rate, just $10 per year. They are able to substantially increase the amount taxpayers will pay them for the rest of their lives.
Our Tim Saunders is live in Campbell County with a story you will see only on WDBJ 7.
Chris and Jean, when this accident happened here on this section of Route 460 on Monday afternoon, you might have expected the people involved to go home as soon as possible. They live more than 3 hours away, but they are still here in Lynchburg tonight because they believe God is testing their faith. Before they left Fox Hill Road Baptist Church in Hampton Monday, youth pastor Travis Wash gave his students a choice. 3 vans were headed to Lynchburg for a week of mission work.
I said, if you put your stuff on the red van, you're going to grow more than anybody else this week.
The red van didn't have any air conditioning. Wash thought a hot vehicle would be their biggest challenge, but that came several hours later.
I'll be honest that I struggled because I couldn't remember anything, so I didn't know that if it was my fault.
Wash has no memory of the moment he crashed into a tractor trailer on Route 460, but he'll never forget how his students responded.
Well, I'm beyond proud of them.
Instead of going back to Hampton, the students decided to stay here in Lynchburg and do what they originally came to do: work and grow in their faith.
They made the choice to respond the way that they did, and their response was, I choose Jesus, and I choose to still serve him, to still praise him in the middle of this. 4
of the 5 teenagers injured in the crash, including one who underwent surgery, plan to stay in Lynchburg all week to complete mission projects.
We know God had a plan for us, even if the crash didn't happen, but the crash did happen. God had a plan for us.
In this situation, something that the world would deem a very tragic situation, he saved us, and it's all about him.
Wash is suffering from injuries of his own. You'll remember he was the one driving the van. He has a concussion, his right eye is damaged, and he has cuts all over the lower half of his body. But Chris and Jean, he says after looking at that wrecked vehicle and seeing just how damaged it is, he knows that, in his words, it could have been 10 times worse.
Our Tim Saunders is live in Lynchburg with a story you will see only on WDBJ 7.
Jean and Chris, the fire that burned this home here on Campbell Avenue moved very quickly. The flames were almost too fast for a 13-year-old boy on the second floor who says he had no choice but to jump for safety.
I knew I had to jump because there was no other way for me to get out the house.
Lying in his bed around 1:30 Saturday morning, Markel Franklin was almost asleep when his room filled with smoke.
I couldn't see, so I was starting to get scared.
His older sister Zakira and cousin Jaquan Clark were also inside but got out safely.
I tried to run down the stairs, but I still couldn't see.
I ran back in to run up the stairs to get him, but the smoke had took over and I couldn't breathe.
That's when Clark heard a voice coming from the back of the house. It was Franklin calling for help from his bedroom window.
I felt the blinds starting to melt.
I was starting to panic because I just knew it was only a matter of time before it was nothing left.
Clark says he could hear Franklin but couldn't see him through the smoke. Franklin used his cell phone as a flashlight.
And I seen the phone light and I was like, Markel, I'm right up under you.
I was like, I can't see, I don't know where you are.
I was like, Markel, I don't care, you have to jump. I know you gotta jump because I can't lose you.
I saw the fire on both sides of me, and so then I just went ahead and jumped.
Clark caught him, but the back of Franklin's foot hit the ground and broke. He'll be on crutches for a while, but says he's thankful the situation wasn't any worse.
I felt like that was a miracle that I got out.
Franklin and the rest of his family are still looking for a place to live tonight. The Red Cross is helping them out with a hotel room to stay in for the rest of the week. The man who owns this building says it's a total loss and will have to be demolished. A cause for the fire is still under investigation. It's lunchtime at Bedford Primary School, and Sally Hensley, is busy in the kitchen. She works in the cafeteria, mainly washing dishes.
I like working with this age group children. Did you enjoy your lunch today? It makes you feel young, too.
When the plates are finally clean, the workday doesn't come to a stop. She drives a school bus.
I used to admire the drivers that when I rode the bus, and I thought if they can do that, I can too.
She picks up students early in the morning and drops them off again in the afternoon.
I enjoy it. It gets hectic sometimes, but I like it.
3 days a week, she works till 7, driving high schoolers home on an activity bus.
Some days on the bus, I feel like this is going to be it, but I always come back.
Hensley's been driving for Bedford County Schools since 1961.
I really am not planning on retiring anytime soon.
By anyone's measurement, she's earned the right to relax.
As of tomorrow, I will be 84 years old.
For her dedication as a bus driver, she was recently named to the Liberty High School Sports Hall of Fame.
I couldn't believe it. I don't think I deserve it any more than anyone else does, but it is a great honor for me.
When you love what you do, Hensley says the job
It's a great group to work with.
is its own reward. In Bedford, Tim Saunders, WDBJ 7.